Hey guys, welcome to STEM. Today we are outside again for outdoor STEM. I was thinking about the summer and all the cool stuff coming up and how the weather changes and how even the stars change everything. So I thought we could do some super cool like constellation searching. So I'm going to show you some of that and how to do it. I'm outside because I've got to show you a few things. I hope it'll come through. One of the first things I want you to do is download a free app. It's called Skyview Lite, L-I-T-E. And it's the coolest app, you guys. It shows you the constellations, it shows you everything. All you have to do is download it, and then you just use your phone or your iPad and look around. It'll show you where the constellations are, the stars and the planets, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. So that's step number one. Step number two is you're going to make a constellation finder. So if you get a paper towel tube, and mine looks like this, and I looked up a constellation. This one that I looked up is the Little Dipper, and all I did was I took some tinfoil and I took some tape. You could even use a rubber band. I drew out the constellations, you can see right there, and I poked a hole with a toothpick. So now when you look for your constellations in the sky, you just look for it like this and look through and try to match up the constellations. So this is where the Sky Viewfinder app is going to come in handy, because it's going to show you where those constellations are, and if you know anything about them and know where to look, that'll help too. But I'm not one of those people that knows, so I had to use my iPad to help look. And so anyway, you can always decorate it, which is super fun. I did tape my tinfoil on. So what I did is I took a little square about 4 inches by 4 inches of tinfoil, and I traced my toilet paper tube with a Sharpie, and then I just put the dots, like I looked it up. I looked up the constellation. For example, I've got this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so I looked up that constellation, which is Cassiopeia, which is one of my favorites. And I decided to poke holes in that one so I can go look for Cassiopeia later. Now, what you could also do before or after you do your constellation finder, also you can rubber band your constellations on so you can change them out. I taped mine on, but you could use a rubber band so you can reuse it. I also made my constellation with, I was going to use toothpicks and marshmallows, but I didn't have any of those. So I actually used my son's little gummy fruity things, which are really tasty, and some pipe cleaners. So I'll show you. This is Cassiopeia right here. Oh no, she fell down. Poor Cassiopeia. As you can see right there, Cassiopeia. I don't know how well you can see that. Sorry, it's hard for me to see a little bit. But it gives you an idea of what you could do if you don't have exactly toothpicks and marshmallows, mini marshmallows by the way. Also, they're a great snack, so you could just snack on gummies if you want to while you're doing that. So I made those, and then I looked up that constellation I was telling you guys about because I thought it was pretty neat. She's actually, this one you could look up too and try to find tonight. It's going to be in the northern sky, which I think the app does tell you west, north, east, south. And she was actually a very beautiful and vain queen. And so she's from Greek mythology. So there's really some cool stories behind these constellations as well. So give you a couple of ideas when you are looking for these constellations. Make sure that you stay away from bright lights, so you can look up in a very dark sky to see them. They were really good last night. There was also a really, one of those big yellow bright moons last night, which was very pretty. I can't remember what they're called. Also check the weather forecast. You don't want to go out when it's like pouring down rain or super cloudy, because then you won't see anything. So download the app, and then you're going to bring your constellation tube and a few constellations that you want to look for. And you could consider using a telescope as well if you have one. I didn't personally have one, but there's a website called eurekacamping.com, EUREKA camping.com, and there's like 5 constellations that are pretty easy to look for, so I'll tell you what those are if you don't feel like going to that website. There's Gemini, also called the Twins. There's Taurus, also called the Bull. There's Orion, which is the Hunter. There's the Little Dipper, which is what mine is, which is called the Little Bear or Ursa Minor. And there's also the Big Dipper. Most people know the Little Dipper and the Big Dipper, but the Big Dipper is the Big Bear or Ursa Major. So those are some cool ones to look for. And that's just 5 to get you started. You might really enjoy this and decide you want to keep doing it, which is really cool. So I want to try and show you the app if I can, if it'll work on my iPad real quick. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see. But it will tell you, you can also click on the constellations as well. And it'll tell you about them, so that's pretty cool. I really hope you guys do this. I hope you enjoy it, because I got to thinking about Star Wars week. You know, we've been talking about that and how fun it would be to go and look for these stars. So I really want to see if you guys get to do this. Send in pictures, okay? All right, have a great day. Hope you have fun. Bye, guys.